Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the K-Kappa Joe on this cold and dark Sunday, October the 11th, 2015. I am your host, Kevin Rollins, and this is my co-host, Joe, aka Diecast Mania.
Hi, how's it going?
Before we get to any of the good stuff, the obvious disclaimer. Um, the views expressed in this show are not the views of Model News and should not be viewed as such. I think I fucked that one up. Um, anyways, pretty much what we say is not exactly what the views of the Model News guys are, and also there will be mild to fucking moderate motherfucking language in this, mainly by me. Um, so yes, let's dive into it. Um, the Kevin Show, we'll start to see more of those. I'm actually starting to get over my pneumonia, which is great. I feel the best today than I have in fucking a week and a half. So that's always great. And I haven't lost my voice either after an interview, which is awesome. But anyway, some big news from Diecast Masters, right, Joe?
Yep.
They announced their first two models that they will actually be making, and the first one is a Cat 438-2 F2, which, if you know anything about the previous North scrap, fucking 432s, they were side shift backos. This time, we have a 420 F2 center pivot, so more for the American market.
Right.
So I believe the F Series was a Tier 4 interim or a very early stage Tier 4 final.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit on it?
Well, it's kind of weird that Diecast Masters, with their first impression on the market, is that they're launching backhoes, which, in a lot of people's minds and a lot of collectors' minds, it's almost the last thing that they want to see.
Well, I mean, I actually like the F2 series backhoe, and you know what? We haven't seen a brand new backhoe, a cat backhoe model, and I don't fucking know how long. It's been at least a good. The E series came out in 2006, so and they also
Yeah,
had the Power
the
Strike.
last good couple of Norscot models really came out in like '07, '08, and that was it.
Yeah, the last backhoe models came out in that time zone, so it's about time. I mean, we've seen plenty of excavators and all that. That's pretty typical. I think one page reported of them making the 390, which North Scott was going to produce, which I expect to see produced, even though it wasn't in their catalog.
Yeah. And then there's a weird thing happening is that some websites like MSW, whatever, the German website, they're listing all the Norscot models as diecast masters with no photos, and somehow the 336 with shear turned into a 330D with shear. And the 323 with hammer, they're listing as a 320D with a hammer.
Well, that's very, very weird,
Yeah,
considering the fact that neither model had that variation.
yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
it's very strange. But you know what? I think Diecast Masters. I'm kind of my opinion on this one is start off small and simple. You know the old Kiss phrase, right? Keep it simple, stupid.
The what?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Really, starting off with a backhoe, I think it's. I mean, let's put it this way: a backhoe, it can give you a good springboard to doing like an excavator and a wheel loader because it does both functions at a smaller scale. So if you get everything right on both, I mean, you got a pretty good springboard. So I think it's a great call to do a backhoe, in my personal opinion, especially the F2. The F2, I think the design looks awesome. It's the first time we've seen a cab redesign since the E series when they went to the bubble cab. Now it's more of a European style cab. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a little more curvy.
Yeah, it has a more boxular shape to it, but still, my all-time favorite though is the 420D or yeah 420D or the D series backhoe. Those were always really
Right,
cool.
with the really angular look compared to the new ones.
Yeah, fuck that bubble shit. right? But oh well, it's not like we was gonna see. You know what? Tonkin's first model that they announced, it was actually the wheel loaders.
Yeah,
What?
true. I mean,
And they
as
turned out
long as Diecast Masters doesn't just make like 10 backhoes.
in a straight line. Like I can understand why they're making two to satisfy both
Yeah,
markets,
I
because you
mean,
see, a majority of the European market is side shift, but most of the American market, or actually pretty much all the American market, is in fact um, center pivot.
and they might be actually learning from the mistakes that Tonkin made, because they kind of annoyed us U.S. collectors by only releasing the 340D, the Asian market machine, no American excavator to go along with it.
There was some things that Northcott did right, I will say, like releasing different variations of the machine at once to satisfy all different types of markets.
Yeah,
And they're also learning from Tonkin their customer inact or what is it, word I'm thinking of here?
what the interaction.
Yes, that word. I was gonna say interactivity, but interaction's way
I
better.
mean, actually, there's Tonkin's social media presence. I mean, for the first couple months they cared, and then a little bit later, it's like they could even, care at all.
Well, I mean, there was Elizabeth
No,
Amber
but then like
Schmidt.
after a while, she just like disappeared and stopped responding to anything on Facebook. So
True. I wonder if that account's even still up.
her account's still there, but I don't think it's been active in a while.
But
Ever since like the after the port strikes, that was it. They
yeah,
just
it's true.
announced that the models were on the move, and that was it. They never said anything else. Never responded to any messages.
Well, there you have it. I'm just the guy that sounds good. Joe's the smart one.
Well, I
It
mean, and then also Tonkin kind of had like left a bunch of empty promises.
true, but they did
Yeah,
come.
because way before they actually did the models, right?
Yeah,
They had that big 187 scale survey about like pick a model from every single category.
yeah,
Then they picked the top two. Well, in the end, all they gave to 187 scale was three loaders that practically were the same exact model. It was I'm gonna cry.
yeah. What he's saying there is, since the connection seems to be a little bit fucky, um, they pretty much gave us the exact same loaders, just with different thingies, or just with different decals, right?
I mean, really, the 966XE, the 972K, and the 966K. I mean, I mean, 966XE, the 966K was all internal, basically, and so
Yeah. So
the
I know that,
972K was just a bigger bucket and a counterweight on the back. So,
and pretty much the only difference between the 150th scale 966 and 72 was the counterweight on the back.
yeah, same with the 187 scale.
Pretty much, but they also came through with some good things like the road builder, which I mean we've never seen a 150th scale road builder until then. So it
Yeah,
was,
I mean, but yeah,
yeah, it was different. So which is good. We also started to see cat forestry stuff, which has been long requested.
yeah.
Because a lot of people were trying to get the Northcott stuff. I remember there's being a high demand for the skidder that Northcott did. I think it's the
The
triple.
545 grapple skidder. Oh my gosh, the inflation on that is just insane. It's absurd.
And then we had the
So
triple
probably like
five,
what, $30-$45 model somehow equates to being almost $200 on eBay these days, and people buy them.
which is ridiculous, yes, but it's
Yeah,
also how it is.
yeah. I mean, it's the reality.
It's a tough reality of that.
I mean, to be honest, it didn't actually use the 545 for that long. I don't think it ever made it. It never really made it out of the styrofoam box.
True. Well, yeah. But one. Let's hope that we don't see the goddamn twist ties with Diecast Masters.
I mean, it's Cat. I mean, they've been calling the shots for a while, so I mean,
But with Tonkin,
they could be the same as Tonkin. I mean, you know.
for fuck's sake, only a little bit did we have. I think only one or two models did we have the twist ties with them, if that.
Yeah, true.
You'll have to reference Tommy on that one since he has pretty much all the Tonkin cat stuff. But
I mean,
but I had a great
yeah.
interview with him earlier in the week too, though.
As of now, I only possess one Tonkin Cat model. It's the 187 scale 972K. And the main reason why is because I kind of bought the model. I can't say I was underwhelmed, and I can't say I was extremely pleased with the model.
True.
I mean, the detail was nice, but the range of movement and the build quality was just a little off compared to the, compared to the older, 966G.
True. Yeah.
I mean, I gotta give him credit for actually scaling the cylinders correctly, but then the engineering of the cylinders, they just have a little bit of play in them, and then they don't really hold their full range of motion.
Of course, I can't say anything because I don't have the 187 scale stuff, but I do have the 150 scale stuff, and the 950. I can't complain too much about it. It is a nice model, but I mean, you certainly get what you pay for, considering like look at all some of the first gear loaders out
Yeah.
there. The Komatsu stuff. That's the main. We don't really see that much competition loader wise. I mean, there's very few Liebherr loaders out there.
Yeah, but I mean, I will say the one Liebherr loader that has been constantly on my list is the 586.
Yeah.
That's the 980 sized one with the front cab guard.
Oh, I didn't know that they made one with a cab guard.
You can have, the front window protection.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I thought they made one with a Komatsu loader that has the.
No, I don't think so.
It'd be cool if they did, though.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see too many of them unless it's like a logging application or like a sort yard, but I haven't seen any loader used in demo field that has a debris guard.
I would actually now one loader model that I would recommend is the Hitachi 310 or whatever.
Yeah, except here's the thing with Hitachi models. I guess they only make like one or two runs of different models every 2 years. And I checked diecastmodels.co today, and every single freaking Hitachi model, probably besides it was either the 210 or the 250, is completely out of stock.
Which, I mean, the 470 I can see why. I mean, it's a popular model.
They made like 2 or 3 runs of those, but then everything else you just can't get anymore. The 470's gone, 310's gone.
The 310, the loader?
Yeah, everything is sold out, including the SCX 1500 cranes.
Well, I will say this, though. I'm going to put it like this, though. The 470, the first run was fucked because it had the hook-link tracks.
Well, I mean, you can't. I mean, they actually listened and they changed the tracks, though, except somehow they still managed to deliver them with backwards tracks, but
And you had
I mean, one track was backwards. One track was backwards, but all you needed was a small screwdriver, back the idler in all the way, take it off, and switch it.
You were cussing the fuck out of everybody when you were doing that, too.
No, that was when the tracks on the New Holland E4 E5 exploded.
Oh, yeah, that one. NZG, right?
No, New Holland.
Oh, yeah. Then Motor Art.
No, Universal Hobbies.
Even worse.
Yeah, it went like I previously had nothing wrong with the tensioner, so I just like pressed it once and it just went boom. Fortunately, none of the links broke. But here's the thing, I guess they learned from the Komatsu disaster, and they actually tried to make the links interlock a little better.
True.
So they were harder to press together.
Which, I mean, that's something I look for when buying an X-Ray model, is if they do have hook link tracks, because I don't want to mess with that.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
It is a very
At least
big mess.
with the NZG ones, they give you a couple spares and they're actual metal hook links instead of plastic or resin.
True, But NZG though, it's still the hook links that are pretty much standard are the ones that snap in,
True.
and
But
those are so
yeah.
much better because they're harder to get apart, which is a good and bad thing. If you're a customizer, I guess that'd be a bad thing, but still, it's a good thing if you want the model to stay together, especially if you're doing like diodes and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, that
I mean, my 1000K is still sitting on the shelf with the rubber bands on.
yeah, that's a good idea, really. How long have you had that thing?
Like the last week of August.
So yeah, about getting close to 2 months, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting up there. It's hard to believe we're getting to mid-October already.
Oh yeah.
God, and I'm still waiting for my 627. So 3,000 toys. Hurry the
And
fuck
I think
up.
really you would be blaming Tonkin or DHS because they're the distributors of Tonkin.
Well, let's put it this way.
Tonkin Cat anyway.
Chuck, hurry the fuck up. And if it's not you, Tonkin, hurry the fuck up. You're fucking. You don't have the license anymore, so get the last shipment in so I can get my goddamn model.
Yeah.
I forgot I ordered more than one.
You know, I've been playing with the fact of, or the idea of getting a 5110B finally.
The Norscott?
Yeah.
I've been actually thinking about that myself. Honestly, I'd
I
rather
mean,
get.
heck, they're only 80 or $90.
True.
You get a lot of a model for it.
Yeah, true. I have thought about it, but
I mean, I might as well think about getting one before they go the way of the Joel PC 1100s.
true.
But then here's the thing, though. Northcott, they had another stock of them, and I think they were listed in the Diecast Masters catalog,
Yes, they
though.
were. Yeah, and a lot of other things were listed in there too.
Yeah, even things that we thought were like gone, like the 345B material handlers.
And even the 924,
Yeah,
which
I mean, but fortunately, they don't have the W345B.
that was not a very popular model.
Yeah, because everyone that had one swapped out the undercarriage for a not 345, but 450 Deere undercarriage.
Speaking of that, I need to get a fucking 470 undercarriage to put on my 450.
Oh yeah, you need them parts.
Parts. It's a snake reference, by the way.
It's a what?
It's
A snake eye.
We're not going to mention any names.
But there's a very particularly infamous snake.
White Colson?
Wait, I don't think he has any. I don't think he has anything to do with reptiles.
Who the fuck is Reptile then?
Reptilians.
Oh, Debrato's Reptilian.
Oh, that fake account that like killed a 365 and a bunch of other models.
My name is Salciano. Here is my Dremel.
Yeah, and there was a time when cordless Dremels didn't even exist.
Oh boy. No, it was
he
a
called it
Dremel. It was a Dremel.
But then he said it was a Dremel cordless, but I don't think they existed in 09.
Sorry, Self, you didn't want your last name out there, but just the proper impression, man. Okay, I gotta do it one more time. I was on a roll. My name is Salciano. This is me workshop. Here I take me Dremel and I make custom. And then he just like hammers away at it with that Dremel, and it's just like, now it is
He
customized
sticks it into the
to
cab,
be
and then the cab starts spinning, then everything ends up on the floor.
Now it is a custom 345.
No, I don't think he ever said that. I think it was like, it's like
If
weird spelling on the screen.
No,
It
this
was
is
like
what-
328 DLCR Workshop behind the scenes, SEENS.
Now here's the thing. Go open a new tab. Go to YouTube.com, and then in the search thingy, look up 328 DLCR Workshop, and it will be the first result. Even up over all Sal's workshop updates, it's the first result.
Yeah.
It's a popular video, apparently.
No, but it's like funny. It's like the Bronos Reptilians, and then the photo is like, what was it?
Oh yeah, Crocs. It was a Crocs.
Not like a crocodile either.
No, it's all those fucking cheap ass rubber shoes that some people paid $40 for,
Man.
with the holes in them. You fucking look like Clifford the Big fucking queer dog.
No, you look like a hockey mask thing.
That's fucked up as a football bat.
Hockey cleats.
Yeah. So God, that's really
Okay,
fucked
we've
up.
gone on a tangent.
Well, I mean, actually, hockey cleats aren't that fucked up if you think about it.
Actually, they are. The whole point of hockey is like you're supposed to like skate across the ice. I don't think you can do that with cleats though.
You never know. I mean, maybe it's possible, I guess.
I don't know. Anyway, so what we were talking about was 345B,
Yeah,
the wheeled one.
yeah. Well, no one really bought that. I know that.
Actually, I mean, people did, but then what was it? The first one had the black grapple that had no hydraulic cylinders.
Really?
I think their worst mistake was making the magnets without actual magnetic properties.
Of
They were
course.
just a hanging disc.
But let's put it this way, though. The Tonkin one is an actual magnet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised no one actually bought the Tonkin one and reverted it back to an Exodus material handler.
Nexodus material handler.
Remember, that was the company that everyone thought was like super cool in like 2011 or 12. You know, black and silver.
Oh yeah, it's the machinery, like reading his Cinnabogans.
Yeah.
Those damn Cinnabogans. Oh, thinking on that topic, one of the original Model Chat members, if you guys don't know, Model Chat was the predecessor to this show.
Oh yeah. Firewood.
Um,
You said like a Cenobogan model was like good
it,
firewood or something.
I was gonna, yeah, I guess, but Justin Gibbs, welcome back, buddy. Long
Wait,
time no talk. I know you probably won't watch this because you don't even know what this show is. But
the
this
guy's
is,
back.
yeah, he's back.
Oh,
A lot of people have something against him, but I don't personally. But
I don't know. Never dealt with him, I guess. But I mean, I could say a couple of things, but I mean, I just won't.
he was a cool guy, though. Like
Yeah, I mean,
as an actual guy, you could actually hang out with him. He was actually he reminded me a lot of 430 Bobcat in a way, just with a North Carolinian accent. I'm not even gonna try.
no.
I mean, let's put it this way: Reed and Justin remind me of a fat Batman and a broken down Robin.
That's an interesting.
Comparison. And
Yeah.
if you watch Gold Rush, you should get the reference. By the way. Yeah, that's it. I wanted to use that line for so long.
I guess you just jumped on the opportunity when you saw it.
Yes, I did. Reed, I'm sorry. I guess not really, but still.
No, he was the one that kept on saying that a Cenobogan, I forget what model it was, is like a piece of crap and would be like great firewood.
But
Which I don't see how that's gonna happen, but.
let's put it this way: his 4100 became a good fan stop.
Oh yeah, right in it's 4100 power right into the ceiling fan, and in his words himself, a shower. It started raining boom sections, and then he like cracked like the drum and everything.
That would be a painful shower. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I remember when I forgot. Of course, those boom sections are brass, aren't they?
It's TWH, so I assume they wouldn't do anything brass.
It was a very malleable metal, anyways. But let's put it this way.
Nah, I remember you when you got your boom and then someone accidentally destroyed it.
That's what I was
I
about to
think they were
reference.
metal. They were just like regular old die cast.
I was about to reference that. I stepped on it accidentally in the middle of the night. It was a load. It fell off my collection table. I stepped on it, which was painful. And then I post a picture of it on Facebook. And he goes, "My boom, my boom."
Oh yeah.
No, that was one hell of a time. I gotta say it twice more for funny effect. My boom, my boom.
Oh man.
Reed has plenty of memorable moments out there, though.
Yeah.
He's one of the wittiest motherfuckers you'll ever meet. But that doesn't mean he's a bad person.
No.
Not by
Like
any. Not by any.
breaking an F-150 by loading the back weights.
Yeah, that's kind of. Oh, that's nice. I'm
Oh
watching
well.
it. I'm watching TV while I'm doing this. It's like a guy sees himself on TV, so he just waves at the camera. And then he looks up at the TV and starts waving it just to watch himself wave at the TV while watching himself wave at the TV. Doesn't make sense.
TVception.
Yeah, it's like that mirror effect, really.
All right. So yeah.
Well, that was definitely an interesting conversation, but
Well, I mean,
you'll never guess what I found.
what?
The original model chat logo.
Oh yeah.
I'll throw it up there too for you guys to look at. It's old. It's about as old as model chat itself. I have nothing else to compare it to, okay?
Old as
Dirt at this point. If I even have it saved. I don't
I
even
don't
think
know.
I have it saved. Well, I officially suck. I don't have it saved.
Well, anyway.
At least here.
I mean, back. What was it? The 3049. Was that what the material handler was? Tonkin one.
I don't know, but I know Diesel has it. Of course, he has everything.
Yeah, I think it's a 3049. Honestly, I don't think it was too well received. I mean, even the people that had it said it had issues, like things were upside down, cylinders were loose, there was a lot of plug-in things.
Well, I mean, it was an ugly model, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, they probably would have sold more if they had based it off of a more excavator-based material handler, like a tracked one.
Yeah, true. I thought about getting it at one point, but the look of it just
Yeah,
detracted
I've
from
seen
it.
a couple of the Tonkin models at the show, but then they just didn't seem very appealing, and I just ended up buying the 187-972K for like $22.
Which isn't a bad price considering the
Yeah, they're
quality.
like 25, and then with shipping, they're usually like 30 some odd. So
Which is quite a bit of money. Not really, though, for
True.
187th.
yeah, I mean I've paid 100 for both Komatsu models, and then those were shipped from Japan.
True. Of course, those were very, very non-publicized Komatsu models.
Yeah, you had to be like a shareholder, and yeah, that's expensive business. You had to have like 300 shares and
That's
have
a
them
lot
for
of
like
money.
3 years. Yeah.
You know, if a share was $1, that's still a lot of money.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, what's like the material handler stuff? Fun fact: I was looking on the CAT website, and then somehow I found the brochure for and the page for the CAT 350 material handler.
They actually made one of those?
Yeah, they did, and somehow the page was still active, even though I would guess that they haven't made one since the early 2000s.
If that.
Yeah, I mean,
Of course,
I can't
if you-
imagine them building any with the 345B material handler around.
True. I mean, that was quite popular. Of course, it's popular for model collectors because they could easily make a 345
Yeah.
excavator, which someone made a lot of customs of.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess they could have overlapped because the years for 350s and 345s actually did overlap for a little bit.
True. But I mean, you on your 350 project, it seems to be going well, eh?
It's going all right. I mean, I just finally JB welded the counterweight pieces back onto the bottom plate and the body piece.
Which
Now I gotta figure out the engine cover work.
yeah, now let's put it this way: you are what 30 hours in?
Just about. Could be
That's a
more.
that's a long time.
I mean, true, but then you look at the guys on like Mini Movers, that cat model website based in the Netherlands, and then they spend like hundreds of hours, and I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, but that's how she goes. Eh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I actually have committed this much time to a model before.
Really? What about the Hitachi log loader?
Well, actually, that the repainting, I mean, that probably was about half the time.
I could see that actually.
Yeah. Or a little less than half the time, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I could see that. In all honesty,
Yeah, I mean, this one is my first actual,
full blown custom.
yeah, custom off of an existing model, where I had to like, cut things to pieces.
Cutty, cutty, stippy, stippy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But really though, it is gonna turn out great.
Hopefully.
Oh, it'll turn out great. It looks awesome. I wish I had a picture saved. Like I had that picture, of that goddamn original logo.
Oh, well.
Also, guys, I want to say real fast, thank you for all the positive feedback. I've heard a lot of people say that you guys love these shows, and that means a lot to us. We do these shows with you guys in mind, 100% all the way, right?
Yep.
We'll go to any extent, including 3:17 a.m.
What?
It's,
Wow.
yeah, it's 3:17 in the morning. When we are recording this, not whenever you guys are watching this, right?
Yeah.
But
Hey, it could very well be 3:17 at someone's time if they are watching this, though.
holy shit, they're psychic. Or
Who
not.
knows?
It's just coincidence,
Coincidental.
Yeah, but if you ever want to be on one of our shows, we're perfectly fine with having guests.
Yeah,
Definitely looking for
just give us a message somewhere.
definitely looking for guests on the Kevin show. Uh,
Yeah.
because
When
I
you,
I try to do one by myself, and it just get hard. It just gets hard when you've done it with people.
yeah, I'd imagine it'd be kind of hard to just ramble on by yourself for a while.
Well, I did it for the first 2 or 3 episodes,
Yeah,
and they lasted for almost 40 minutes.
true. But then once you get interviews in, that lasts for an hour to 3 hours.
That in the case of the Tyler interview, the heavy hauler
Yeah.
Tyler, the
I
sound
mean,
was only about an hour.
he did say that he would be back anytime he wanted. So
True. Hmm. But I mean, the sound
mm,
review lasted an hour. The diecast
yeah,
construction expert and the Emporium one lasted 2 hours.
yep.
Almost on the money on both. Actually, they both lasted 57 minutes, respectively.
I mean, it was very interesting how Tommy just managed to or diecast Emporium.
How? Yeah, you can just say his name. Just say Tommy.
Yeah. Anyway,
He
it's very interesting
methodically.
how he managed to just coordinate the Skype thing right as he got back.
He methodically made his way into that one, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And just like when Kale said we have breaking news, Diecast Emporium will be joining us. I was like, wait, what?
I
It
mean,
was
usually the rule is you don't let people join in, but
a special circumstance, really.
yeah.
Because it's Diecast Emporium and nobody's ever interviewed him before.
And we know he hasn't been on Skype in like what he says like a decade.
Well, he can't say that now. He can't.
Well, before then, and then his profile was they made him take a selfie
Oh yeah. I mean, we
because
had.
he skipped all this. He missed all the skip this things.
Yeah, true. There's always a skip this thing. I made a joke in there.
I don't know. They probably made him jump through hoops to get his Skype account back.
True.
It's a wonder he was able to jump in.
Let's put it this way: we had an excavator, a beer, and a selfie for our profile pictures on there.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I'd
we got
imagine.
a selfie with beer and an excavator. That's not a good combination by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, so we have a guy with
That's
beer
with
operating
beer
an excavator.
with an excavator.
No.
That's not how it goes. It's not any stretch smart, but you know what? It is what it is.
Yep.
Of course, I think the best quote that came out of that was, Kevin, with all the love and respect in the world,
All due love and respect.
with all due love and respect, you seem like the kind of person I'd arrest back in the day. Well, I only stole invaluable construction merchandise, like I don't know, a
Oh,
road construction
what,
sign.
yeah.
What I
The
shouldn't be.
one, the quote that I liked was, it was like, well, maybe because I just have a cynical mind, but I'd like to kind of find out how we got from there to here. Like, did someone get like run over?
Oh, I remember that quote. I can't remember what we was talking about, but I remember that.
So he said like how like it turns from oh yeah, bring your like kids to work and to no, you'll get
No.
sued if there's a kid in here.
Oh yeah, that conversation was one of the most intelligent conversations I've ever had. Of course, Tommy loves to use big words, which is awesome. I use big words sometimes. You know, I use like fucktastic, but
Sure.
and
We can
football.
tell you have a dictionary beside you right now.
A dictionary? At this rate, it
You're just
doesn't
reading the
matter.
words off the pages.
God. I use big words like, God, that's fuckular fucked up. Or other weird shit like that. I say shit. But hey, there's a
No,
difference
the
though.
next big word you use is football bat.
That's two words.
Well, the technicalities of the whole thing, I think, would classify as one.
That's one word.
A baseball bat and no, a football bat. So
Well, at least this week there's no terrifying Spanish revelations, right?
mm.
Last week was a disaster when it came to that.
Yeah, true.
Muy bueno. Wrong
Now, where
exact.
were we?
Uh, Liquor and Whores? By the way, still an awesome song, guys.
Oh, so we were on. Oh, so we like 3049s and stuff.
We were?
We we went for to 3049s and then somewhere.
You see, we
And
always get.
anyway,
That's our problem here, man. We always get sidetracked.
well, anyway, Tonkin at first it seemed like they were doing like one 187 scale model for every one 150th scale model, and then quickly that fell by the wayside and things kind of screwed up from there.
Good job, Tonkin.
I think for a while they were just like trying to rush things to market though.
True. But I mean, the
And I
Roadrunner took plenty of
mean,
time.
really, the disaster with the first wave of 775s what were they?
Yeah, they were 775 Gs.
Yeah.
Well, they did better than the 772.
Well, I mean, yeah. And then they had like issues. What was the plastic cylinders on the MG, whatever it was that former unit rig truck?
The what truck?
The former unit rig mine truck, the MT 4400.
Oh yeah, that. That's you could
Yeah.
have said mining truck.
Then they decided that they would screw over everyone that bought them early and was like, "Oh yeah, buy one get one free now."
What?
After for a while, remember when through like Central Valley Hobbies and then everyone like DHS 2000 Toys, that they ended up doing massive liquidations like on like all the Tonkin models last summer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
Yeah. And I found something out today. Is it just me, or is there a glaring lack of Conrad models on 3000 Toys? Do they like not sell Conrad anymore?
I don't think so, but I mean, considering the fact I just bought a Conrad model from Buffalo Road Imports, I'm fine. And this is gonna be like my third Conrad model in my collection. So
I mean, the thing is, like they used to have a lot of Conrad models. Now all there is a couple of those Proclane TY45s that no one really seems to buy, and they're always stuck at like one or two left,
yeah. Now I'm watching.
and a couple of European trucks.
Now I'm watching a commercial about.
I don't know what's there.
Yeah, I'm watching a video about dash cams that you can buy commercially now.
Yeah, we have a dash cam.
You guys do?
Yeah.
That seems kind of weird, considering that dash cams were only meant for cops originally.
No, I mean
But I mean, I
you can
can
get
see
them.
why. Like, if you get in a car accident, they try to pin it on you.
Well, I mean, actually, I mean, people are pretty stupid in cities, so.
You forget I live in a city.
Borderline city.
Maybe I live. What?
Because you're like, it seems like you go 5 minutes and then you're somehow in the middle of a farmland, so.
Well, now hold on. That's 15 minutes.
Oh. Well, it seems like you can teleport there in like seconds, so.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's because we got a lot of dipshits around here. Besides, most of the
Mm.
farmlands are getting selling out anyways. Now,
Oh.
now it's the east side you gotta worry about, because the east side the hood,
Ah.
the projects.
Oh, well, let's not talk about that then.
The PJs. Yeah. That's actually a good cartoon series, by the way. The PJs.
No.
It's not in any way appropriate. Well, it actually kind of is, but it's not completely.
Yeah, but I mean, what we're thinking about, like, Conrad stuff and sort of the Cinnabog stuff, I had, like, been, like, thinking a lot about either getting a Conrad LTR, was it 1100 telescopic crawler, or the, Brahmi or Ross Cinnabogin 683 HD.
See?
Yeah.
See. But
I don't know, but I mean, the difference is, let's see, $80 versus 200. So
oh yeah, that is true. That is a big difference.
yeah, I guess the Cinnabogin is decent, but then people keep saying that it has the impression that it could have been so much better.
True. I mean, a lot of models can be so much
I
better.
mean, but if you're looking at a crane model, would you really want plastic telescopic sections?
No,
Yeah.
that'd be
I
ridiculous.
don't know. I think Conrad might just do it better.
Maybe.
I mean, it already has the detachable counterweight and breakdown for transport things.
Now, the one bad thing about Conrad models on their excavators, though, in all honesty, is the unpainted links and like that one little section that's unpainted.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's because they link them all together before painting them,
But I will say this though,
and
I
then
can't.
I think they hang them, and then that's the section in between that doesn't get painted.
But I can't really argue with it though, because they are nice, stable models.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, they're great,
Yeah, I mean,
really.
that's kind of why I thought about that, and I was like, wait, doesn't Conrad make a telescopic crawler?
I didn't think
Yeah,
they
then
did, but
they did the LTR 1100. I was thinking that when I saw the Ross or Brahmi one, and then I'm like, wait, didn't Conrad do one?
Whatever happened to the Liebherr LTM 11200? Like that model seemed to have fallen off the face of the earth.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, when it first came out, it was big because all the big YouTubers were getting it, but now, nobody really cares.
Well, I mean, what was this thing is with the LTR 1100 is that every website basically that had them is sold out of them, but then you can still find them on eBay. Except almost all of them are out of the country, and you end up paying $30 to $60 in shipping.
Yeah.
Unless it's some version with a livery, which really doesn't appeal to me.
Livery.
Livery, I think that's like a taxi.
No,
Yeah.
isn't that a loo?
No, that's a toilet.
Sometimes I can't help but laugh at some of these things I say. So wait, we went from paint schemes to toilets really fast.
Well, anyway, in the Netherlands, they call
I guess
a
you can call
toilet
it.
a WC, or a water closet, and it literally is in a closet.
I think you could call this show toilet humor.
No, but I mean, I stayed in
Just
a
very
hotel
literally.
in Belgium, and the toilet was in a separate closet, and there was no sink.
What?
The sink was across the unit in the bathroom with the shower.
You see, I've never been to Europe. Joe has all the answers on the European things, which is scary.
Yeah.
But also, Europe has a lot of cool and different equipment, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like the one I remember was like a Zaxxas 520.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And to top it
we
off, it was on the beach, and they were using it with a quick coupler to put grade stakes in.
grade stakes?
Yeah, they had the Zaxxas 290 follow it, and then they'd pick a stake out, and then they'd use the quick coupler to just push down on the stake on the beach.
Well, that seems like a waste.
Yeah.
In reality,
Well, there were a lot of stakes. Would you rather have a bunch of guys, like a couple guys, pound them in, or...
I guess. But still, I mean, why not get a smaller size?
Well, the only smaller excavator, the 290, had a wide bucket on, and then it was holding all the stakes.
Huh. Well, Joe's seen this stuff. I haven't. I probably never will. I hope I do someday, but I don't know. It'd be cool.
Yeah, and
though.
I managed to see like case excavators sitting at the port, and then I saw like a massive cat shipping yard.
Massive.
Yeah,
Anything
it was like all like wheel loaders and compact equipment though.
anything cat is big, minus their little 300.9. That's the plunger hoe, and it always will be.
Now, the one thing I kind of wish I would have saw was the cat like excavator factory in Belgium, which I don't remember where it is. But yeah,
Yeah, I would love to see where they design all this shit.
they probably have to kill you after you saw it though.
They wouldn't kill me. I'm only with a unlicensed news affiliate. Right? Right?
I guess.
I mean, I am technically. Well, I mean, we are a very. Well, I mean, we are trusty, but. I mean, we do bring you the top news in the community, right?
Yeah.
I mean, our closest competition is 150th scale model news, and they haven't really updated since July.
Yeah.
But still, I digress.
Yep.
But
Well,
that,
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
for it. Go for it.
Well, anyway.
I'm
Back
sitting
to
here.
what we said earlier.
I'm trying to refrain from cussing at my TV.
But back to what we said earlier, it just seems it is due time for another wave of Hitachi models. I'm not sure if they're actually in if they're planning anything or not. But if they are, I think we'll find out probably by like what April is usually their favorite time.
Yeah, there are no spring chickens. Wait, yeah, they are.
Yeah, the 470 was announced in like April, I think. March, April,
Of their
May.
first year, by the way, of actual production of Hitachi stuff.
Yeah. Um, so I think I guess I should go through the whole wave of the whole lineage of Hitachi models then.
Yeah, go for it.
So I guess the first part of the models they actually had made was back in the 70s. So they had a couple tiny, what was 1/70th scale grip Zetchin made the UHO4Ds in the WHO4D wheeled excavator. They made like a couple versions of that in 1975. Then they had Shinsai. They first jumped in with, I think it was also a UHO4, but it was a 1/60th scale.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, 1/60th scale was pretty popular for them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Now wait, then that brings in the Diapet UH50, I believe, or 801. They came with either graphics, and they're basically the predecessor of the EX 1800 front shovel, and that was 1/60th scale as well. So they did that in the 90s. They did the 1800, but for a while, Shinsai was basically the only company that made Hitachi models. Seriously, I mean, everything before that was technically toys, I guess. Uh, but anyway, they started in, I think it was, what, 80, 87, I want to say, with the EX200, and they traced that basically from the Dash 1 series up until the Dash 5 series of the EX. And then they even make a Zaxxas Dash 5 series 1/40th scale excavator, a 200. So one could possibly get all the generations of the 200 series excavators in 1/40th scale if they really wanted to.
Theoretically.
Yeah, but Hitachi, they really preferred, I think, two scales. 1/60th scale for the big mining excavators, which they only made two in the whole process of scale models for a while, and 1/40th scale for the 200 series, because the thinking behind that is, well, 1/40th scale was 25% bigger than the closest collected scale, 1/50th scale. So I guess the Japanese mentality at the time is they wanted to have the models look bigger and more impressive on the shelf. So
Yeah.
now Shinsai, we know they were around for quite some time, but along the way with the 200 series, they had Goods Wave help them out. So then we had Shinsai Goods Wave. We got the CX 500 crawler crane and the SCX 500, which was the Sumitomo version. And then we had stuff like the LX70 1/40th scale loader. And then I think they used those same toolings for the main parts, like the boom and the wheels and the undercarriage, for the ZW220 in 1/50th scale, which I believe that was their first serious start of 1/50th scale models. Then came the Zaxxas 170W, which is actually insanely rare. You will still find the ZW220 around, but I want to say the ultimate bunch of Hitachi models was the ZW220, Zaxxas 170W, Zaxxas 350 LTK high reach, and then the Zaxxas 225 demolition excavator, or the zero tail reduced tail swing.
Yeah.
And that was their first big batch of 1/50th scale models, starting in, I think it was 06.
So there you go, the history of
Yeah.
Hitachi models.
Yeah, so those were never actually intended for us to buy in the U.S. sadly, and that's why they're so hard to find. But at the
Damn you,
same time, they had
Japanese.
Ertl manage the North American models, like the 450, 200, and the EH700. So those were the only three made. But they had planned the forestry models, like the Zaxxas 290s, and they had planned the 1/16 scale Zaxxas 200. But unfortunately, the licensing agreement broke down before anything else could be made after the 450.
And then some retailers are still left with 450s that they cannot sell.
Yeah.
That,
And
I
yeah,
would love to get my hands on one of those.
true. I mean, there's a guy that's sitting on cases of 450s, and he can't do anything with them.
Not even privately?
No, because he works with a Hitachi dealer, so he's not allowed to do anything with them.
Hey, wait a minute. Does he have access to them if he quits?
He technically isn't. He doesn't work at the dealership, but he works with a dealership. So
So pretty much he's fucked. He does realize he can make a lot of money off of those.
yeah, but I mean, I don't think money is an issue with him because he has like a bunch of like classic logging trucks and stuff.
Just don't say that word.
AKA like was it like Hayes and
Yeah, I know.
Kenworth C500 I think.
Now, I gotta say this. What's with all the commercials with the FanDuel crap?
With the what?
FanDuel.
Oh, the fake football.
That's as fucked as a football bat.
Yeah.
But, for every 1,000 FanDuel commercials, there is, of course, the one 24-hour model news show advertisement that we're going to have in our videos from now up until December. So just expect it, please. But you guys really should join us. It is going to be very fun, very interactive. There will be some, and I know this is going to attract a lot of people. There's going to be free shit.
Yeah.
Join in. Not only just watch or listen, or more like listen. Don't just listen. Be a part of it. Get interactive. We will let pretty much anybody in the show. Not too many at one time, of course, but we will let people in. Definitely it's going to be fun, exciting, I wouldn't say it'd be family interactive considering the amount of cussing I'll probably put in throughout the night, but still, there's going to be a lot of fun to be had in this, so really
Yep.
involve yourself into it. We've put a lot of extensive planning into it, not for us, not for our own good, but for your guys' entertainment. I know names like Jesse Burse and some of those guys have already asked to be a part of it, and even somebody big has asked to be a part of it. So definitely, there's no reason to really miss it, is there?
No.
It's gonna be
Unless you're like in the middle of nowhere.
if you have no phone service, there's still no excuse. Well, actually, yeah, I guess there is.
You're like no phone service, but somehow there's a computer in the middle of.
Bluetooth,
Don't think so.
personal hotspot.
You can't really do that if you don't have
You know
phone
what?
service.
If your car is Wi-Fi enabled, like mine is, you have
I doubt
no
everyone drives a
excuse.
2015, 2016 Chevy.
True. But still, guys, it's going to be really fun. Interactive giveaways. Lots of fun shit in there. So, yeah.
You said that word again.
What? Fun,
Good,
interactive.
carry on.
Free shit.
Go on.
Fun, interactive. Free shit.
Now you're sounding like a robot.
What the fuck did I say?
Just go on.
But yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of fun, interaction, free shit. So guys, definitely, not everybody's gonna be a part for 24 hours. Really, if you're gonna be a part of it, here's the thing, though. You choose how long you're on there. You can be on there for 10 minutes, or you can be on there for 10 hours. It's all up to you. I will be there for the full
Yeah.
24 hours, no sleep, no eat. Well, actually, yeah, there will be plenty of eating on there.
Yeah.
I'll gain like 10 pounds before it's over. But also, if you are a part of it, you will get a special edition Model News shirt with the names of all the participants on the back. And I don't know, someone requested me to sign a Model News T-shirt.
Do you think you'll even be able to fit all the participants?
Um, that's what sleeves are for.
True.
And you know what? I might
True
put some
that.
names on the inside of the shirt. The longer you're on, the more higher position you will be. You will not be put on the inside of the shirt. Uh, no,
No, well, you'll be put on the stub.
no, I'm kidding. But if we run out of room somehow, we'll put some names on the front, whatever. But
Just
definitely,
reduce the font size.
definitely there will be. Yeah, we'll put the lesser active people on and microscopic. They can't complain because their name's still on their shirt, but
Still
yes,
need a magnifying glass, but oh well.
it's still on the shirt though. You can't
Yeah.
complain. But there's gonna be a lot of fun to be had. So
Yep.
there's a lot. So I know I'm excited, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're exactly 9 weeks away. So 9 weeks from this second
Oh yeah.
that we're
9
recording
weeks.
this, we will be live and we'll have 11 hours and 15 minutes to go. Jesus Christ, this still seems like a long time though. So
Yeah.
right now I'm in preparation mode because I've been awake since about noon yesterday. Actually, since about 2 o'clock. So I'm in preparation mode. I'm going to be awake till 3 in the afternoon at least, and I might go fall asleep in some fake snow.
Fake snow.
Well, I mean, after the last one, I did fall asleep in real snow.
Real snow.
Yeah, I woke up in a very warm bed. I don't even know how I got there, but I did.
Teleportation.
You know, haven't you ever had that moment where you fall asleep somewhere and you wake up somewhere else and you don't know how the fuck you got there?
Not really.
That's pretty much my school life.
You're just like, boom.
Yeah, I fall
Teleport.
asleep in one class and I wake up in another.
Wait, so you like magically appear in another class?
Apparently.
Because I highly doubt anyone would actually want to carry you to another class.
Well, no, they're pretty strong then, by the way. I'm not saying that I'm fat, but I'm not the skinniest person ever either. But I am 6 foot tall, though. Thank you, doctor, for checking that finally. I can't say I'm short and stubby anymore, okay? Because I'm not short. I'm a little bit stubby, but still. I'm not fat and big boned.
What?
It's an Eric Cartman thing, eh?
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't even know how many megabytes we've taken up yet.
I don't know.
Or gigabytes, or hexabytes, or...
Well, anyway, I figured out
Or fuckabytes.
basically figured out
Joe.
how TMC came to be anyway.
Joe.
Yeah.
I just found out the official measurement of model news.
What?
Fuckabytes.
Oh.
The creation of the fuckabyte. Or the fuckameter.
I was like, screw the metric system.
If you don't like the metric system, go create your own system.
Huh.
It's the fuckameter. Does it sound
Yeah.
wrong? You damn betcha, man. So what were you gonna say about TMC?
Yeah, so anyway, so like people for a while thought like Shinsai basically like disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, after a while, after like Shinsai actually, unlike companies like Diapet, Shinsai actually totally stopped making diecast toys and then went straight into like models and were basically being held up by Hitachi on commissions, like in Komatsu, on commissions for like, 1/40th scale stuff. Then like Komatsu just stopped and they were just left with Hitachi, so I think they were responsible for the 1/50th scale stuff, like, Sexus 225, 350, stuff like that. And that was basically the last swing of true Shinsai models. And then they formed into like replicars,
Yeah.
or at least were turned into replicars, which I believe the heavy equipment model arm of replicars, if not the whole thing, was then formed into the model version division of the merchandise company.
I knew Replicars had a part in that. Because the house somewhere the 250 and the 210 are.
Yeah, replicars originally did that, and then I think replicars was originally part. Well, Shinsai became part of replicar
Yeah.
form because you always see stuff like the old, well, not old, but the EX 1800, not 1800, 8000, and the Hitachi haul truck in 187 scale. Those were Shinsai toolings,
You
which
know,
got transferred to TMC.
you know what the one thing I like about doing these shows?
What?
There is no set topic. Right now I'm watching a show about, or I'm watching an advertisement about, I guess it's a self waterboarding kit or whatever, where you are pretty much hanging upside down backwards or whatever.
Self waterboarding kit? Oh
I
boy.
guess.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a hang thingy, a hang teeter or something, or teeter hang
I
up.
was
That's
like,
what
oh
it is.
boy, you always wanted to waterboard someone.
Let's go! Self waterboarding kit endorsed by the CI motherfucking A. How many times have we mentioned government organizations in our shows? Because it's getting up there.
Mm.
Well, I mean, also, how many times have we mentioned copyright things, too?
Copyright? What's that?
Um, I don't, I don't know, because we're a nonprofit.
Something about copying and writing things.
Or write copies.
Hmm.
You never know. They like to fuck 'em a dig them things up, you know?
Mm.
By the way, how many words have I invented with the word fucking them tonight?
You know, on some episode you need a count.
By the way, in the 24-hour stream that I mentioned, you know, there's gonna be a lot of fun and entertainment and free shit and interactivity. There will be a swear counter by me.
Uh huh. So what's going to be the sound effect every time?
There won't be a sound effect. It'll just be a counter in the corner that says how many times Kevin has said a cuss word, and it'll probably be up to probably I don't know like thousands by the end.
It's just going to go ding.
Ding, 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 ding. You know, like a hooker getting tipped.
Uh.
Ah,
That was weird.
that was kill. Oh, shout out to fucking Beavis and Butthead, the predecessor to King of the Hill.
Hmm. Uh. Huh.
It went from a show from two complete jackasses to I sell propane and propane wait, that's Mr. Mackey. I sell propane and propane accessories. Okay.
Mm.
Doesn't matter at this point if it's Mackey. So really, we're approaching 4 a.m. now.
Really?
Yeah. I hear a lot that people listen to us on their drive to work, ride home, on the bus or whatever. Or I've actually heard from one kid that he'd rather be listening to us than in English language arts class. That means a
Oh boy.
lot. That means a lot. You'll learn a lot more language from us than you will them. But it's not the,
Language arts.
but it's not
Kevin's
the.
skillful craft of the F
But
word.
here's the thing: it won't be the exact fucking language that you'll think, right?
Yeah.
It's just that it's just the way she goes, man. The way she
Yeah.
fucking goes.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? It's an honor, really, that you guys are playing back our recordings, you know, over different things. Oh my god. I'm watching a race right now, and a car just had a huge accident.
Oh boy.
I hope the driver's okay. That was
Yeah.
huge. I'm sorry about that one. I know you guys probably aren't interested, but as you guys know, motor racing is dangerous, and that was a huge
Well, isn't
accident.
everything dangerous?
Is a football bat dangerous?
Yes, very.
I mean, if they're like wearing helmets, I don't know.
A football bat because it can like bash things
That's
because it's
as
a football bat.
that's as fucked up as a soccer helmet.
A
Ha! I
soccer
just found a
pool.
new one. A soccer
Soccer
helmet.
pool.
No, soccer helmet. You
A
don't wear.
soccer hoop.
You don't.
No, a soccer hoop.
I thought it was a football hoop.
No, that's another new one. Soccer hoop.
I'm fucking alright. Well, what about a fucking? I can't say hockey goal because there is such thing as a hockey goal. Fuck.
Basketball rink.
He's good at this. I'm not. Oh fuck. That's bad.
That's like go to the
Um,
basketball
let's
rink.
put it this way. I had a so one day Kevin went to record a show with Joe. He had a glass of tea or a
Wait.
bottle of
See.
tea. That tea went by really fast, and then Kevin had to take a leak halfway through the show. Kevin
Uh,
accidentally upsets thing full of piss. Now his living room smells like piss.
uh,
True story, might I add. Yeah, that's why I muted my mic about halfway through when you was telling your Hitachi story.
oh boy.
Yeah, so now that you know what I was doing, I was focusing on pissing in a bottle.
At least you didn't like keep your mic on while you were doing.
Ah, like that. Pretty much. Well, my living room has piss on it. That's a new development. Breaking news! Kevin's living room infected with piss on floor. Man, we are
Could be
really
worse.
we've really gone downhill, haven't we? Yeah, it could be worse, obviously, but
Next step, get some cats to do it for you.
I don't want cats.
Hmm.
Them things are friggin' annoying, eh?
I don't know.
Well, they kind of are. Meow, meow. There's only one kind of good cat, and that's, well, caterpillar. Caterpillar.
It'd be
Does
funny if they still tried to spell caterpillar on like everything.
true. That'd be very, very long.
Yeah, just imagine the Power Strike logo, no, the Power Edge logo with caterpillar written out.
I can imagine it being like catter dash pillar dash or catter dash or cat or dash pill dash r.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar? Now that's fucked up as caterpillar.
Yeah.
Or a plier made a cat plier.
No, it's like Cattyplier or something. Remember?
Cat R pyre. Are you talking about Carpenter's YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Catapire 143? Eh?
Yep.
Okay, so today we will be doing a walk around of a diggy thingy. There's a silver thingy.
It says case on the side, and I have a suitcase at the same time. I don't know.
You stole my line. You took my line.
Uh.
By the way, guys, these shows are not scripted out.
Definitely not.
If they were, we'd be like, in other news, you're supposed to fucking laugh right now. Ha 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 ha. You know, this isn't the fucking Price is Right.
The Price is Right. Oh yeah, I've watched Price is Right.
No,
once.
wait. This is a better version of Rush Limbaugh.
No, seriously, The Price is Right. Some lady was guessing the price of a car, and then she had already guessed 3 times or 4 times and gotten them all wrong, except for the first 1 or 2, and then she kept guessing 5 for all her guesses. I mean, what car's price ends in 555? It's either 99 or 00. Please.
Now, the one time I've ever watched that show, everybody was like, yes, I'd like to say 4,000. I'll go 4,001. What the fuck? If he's going to be wrong, then what makes you think that you'll be right?
Okay, then if it's higher, then you're closer. How about the price is wrong?
Dun 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 dun. That's the one thing I remember for that. Dun 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 dun.
What?
That one sound when they flunk out because they suck.
Suck.
You. He said suck. Well, I mean, I could have said suck and fuck, but you know, that's just not my nature. Now, if you guys are new to this K Kappa Joe thing, I'm the very inappropriate dim-witted one. He's the smart, appropriate one.
Most of the time.
Well, you've never said fuck on air, so
Oh yeah.
this is a time where you're supposed to say it. It's more like, it's your time to say fuck for fucking once.
Hmm. Ah. Ha. Ha.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck it. Hi, my name's Joe, and, fuck.
Nice try, Kevin.
Well, I can't sound like you.
No.
Fire, fire.
What?
Fire, motherfucking fire!
Fire.
This is when the quality of the show goes downhill big time.
Yeah, and then to think we started off about Tonkin replicas and Caterpillar.
We talked about backhoes.
Yeah, I mean, but as long as Diecast Masters doesn't go like, we must do all of the backhoes because backhoes.
Up next is a 450F thingy. This model features
No,
a...
it'd be really annoying if they did all the backhoes and they all suck.
Yeah, true. So, right here we have this diggy thingy that, has
You
a
know,
diggy
but
diggy.
thinking about it, would they be like, would they have attachments as well, or what?
Would it be the IT or would it be the standard?
Who knows? They didn't say.
Speaking of that, I just ordered a... God, that piss really does start to smell. But, okay, so let's put it like this. I just ordered the 416C backhoe by NZG.
NZG.
So today we'll have the review of the Caterpillar 416 by NZG. Review by Cranes,
In 1 to
etc.
50 scale.
And it comes complete out of the box. Ox. Right?
Insert cringeworthy music.
Beep 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 beep. I sound like I'm doing Morse code.
No, remember the 374 review? Oh my gosh, that music was awful.
Beep 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 beep.
No,
It's
Kevin, seriously,
Friday,
watch that video
oh, yeah.
after the recording.
At least it's not Justin motherfucking Bieber music, eh? That's the one blemish on Canada. A baby, 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 oh yeah.
Hey, shut up before you get copyright infringement.
Yeah, fuck you, Justin Bieber, you and your queer ass music. Whoops.
And his name is...
What?
And his name is...
John Cena!
Awful, weird
Beep,
music.
beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
We're gonna get sued by somebody eventually if we keep this up. We're gonna get sued eventually. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep. That's the way she goes, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, thinking about the 390F, would, like, Diecast Masters, since Norscott hasn't even delivered a prototype, would they, like, actually make it better?
Did you say North Snot?
Norscott, they didn't produce a prototype, remember?
Yep.
So I'm thinking maybe Diecast Masters, when they pick it up, they could actually enhance it to be better than Northstar quality.
Yeah, maybe by a hair.
Yeah,
That's it. I gotta
but
get rid of something.
I mean, 150, that's dangerous territory.
What?
$150 for that, it's kind of dangerous territory, considering for the longest time the Zaxxas 870 sold for 172 or 176,
True.
and you basically get a CCM detail almost, or
Yeah, pretty close.
if not exactly
And
it.
also remember this though: the original 870 run was actually a limited edition.
Yeah, then like WSI is like, yeah, screw those. They pulled the one thing CCM would never do. Oh yeah, screw everybody. Let's re-release the model.
With attachments, by the way. So
Actually, the
instead,
attachments, that they did limited runs of the attachments, but then
they fucked that up too and added the attachments in the pack.
yeah, and then they basically restocked all the models.
So pretty much, if you bought one of the original ones, you are somewhat of a dumbass.
Like
Which
everyone told me that I needed to buy a 870 or else they'd be like out of stock. They
which
went
I
out of
mean,
stock for like about a month and then boom, more.
which I,
Except they didn't come with collector cards.
hey Joe, you know what makes this a really fucked up year?
What?
The Cubs are in the fucking playoffs.
I don't know.
The Chicago Cubs, the baseball team that has not been even remotely close to the World Series in over 100 years, is in the playoffs.
I don't know.
And they're against St. Louis, too.
Oh well.
Guys, of course, if you don't know, I'm from Chicago. We could do this! In a world where Model News has a 24-hour live stream and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series, comes a boy
You sound like
from
that prank call thing.
from Boston, Massachusetts. He's an average kid.
No.
He looks like me. He sounds not like me. And he's the co-owner of the Model News Network. His name is Joe. That is an epic promo right there.
You sounded more like that prank call video, remember?
The John Cena prank call video?
Yeah.
Just
You were only missing that
WWE
aggravated lady.
Super Slam.
And it's just like, oh my gosh, we're not having that in the house.
We are not having that fucking shit in my house.
It's like, stop freaking calling.
Stop. You can say it this time, Joe.
No.
Say it.
And then she was.
On
They
the
pranked her so hard, though, and it was actually revealed to be
Hi.
like the husband making that call.
Hi, I was wanting to know if you support the U.S. military. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for cussing you out. Yes, I do. Well, a former Marine needs your support this Sunday at WWE Super Slam, and his
Yeah.
name is John Cena. Beep
It's,
beep 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 beep.
yeah, but actually, to be perfectly honest, he only ever played as one in the movie.
You look this shit up, don't you?
Um, well,
Yes. Yes.
not really.
I can do a normal voice, Oh,
What?
shut up. Shut up, Sanchez. Well, there goes my ADD out the fucking window, just like the piss bottle.
Blame it on your ADD.
Yes, I blame everything on my ADD.
Insert someone screaming "sail awfully."
What?
What?
Again, guys, if you've managed to watch this thing through this amount of bullshit, you have my undying, drugged up affection. And And I do mean drugged up because on a normal show, I am straight edge. I don't do drugs or any of that bullshit. But since
No, actually, you didn't do drugs. You were prescribed drugs.
it's oxy motherfucking cotton,
Cotton.
codeine.
Uh,
Bum 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 bum. Dog the bounty hunter. They're
mhm.
feeling down is all around you. The criminals are on the run. There's
The
no
heck is
use in
that?
hiding in the dark. I'll hunt you down 'cause I'm the dog. I'm the dog. The big.
Okay.
That's as fucked up as a
Yeah, it's
Kevin
getting a little
Bat.
weird there.
This is fucked up as a Kevin. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, but the one thing I would actually like to see um, is like I highly doubt Diecast Masters would ever release anything close to a 349.
352.
No, I don't think they would even do that because they're essentially very similar to the 349, if not the same exterior, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing is, with like Cat, they'll basically be like, or CCM would reject because they're a licensee as well, and complain that it would make their consumers unhappy that the value would plummet.
How fucking dare you? Well, I mean, let's face it, there's not many models left on the market anyways, 349 wise.
Yeah.
If you want to get one, you better get one now. Actually, you should have gotten yours about a month ago.
What?
349 if you were to get one.
I'm never getting one. I don't care.
You'll get one eventually, Joe.
No, I don't really want one actually. So
I have faith in you, Joe. I mean, you have one CCM
surprisingly,
model.
as much as this sounds, I actually never really wanted one.
Okay, I gotta do this one more time. In a world where Joe has one CCM model, his world is about to change forever.
Forever.
Coming this December, Star Wars Episode 7, The Joe Awakens.
No.
Okay, so I gotta show these guys what we do in our spare time. Should I show them Should I show them what we do in our spare time?
That's entirely up to you.
Everyone, this is what we do in our spare time. So we got Anthony McLean, Kevin, Mitch, and Gene Shalit on there. Everybody. Uh, Gene Shalit is the guy with that looks like fucking somebody from Sesame Street.
Well, he's the guy that looks like Gene Shalit.
Gene Shalit. What?
You should have put the chicken form in as well.
The chicken in?
The chicken form of Gene Shalit.
The chicken form of Gene Shalit.
Yes,
There's a chicken form?
a chicken form of Gene Shalit.
Where the fuck has this been all my life?
I don't know. After you named a chicken Gene Shalit.
Joe, I think we need a live radio show. I think we'd be better than Bob and Tom.
Huh.
They're very famous around here in the Midwest.
Well,
And then they also got that one chick that I don't remember.
ow.
This is Model News Coast to Coast AM. Bringing you all the bullshit that you could handle. In a world where Model News is so full of bullshit on their shows that you
Yeah.
are still watching this. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
On that one. So I guess we wrap this up.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, this thing is getting close to a gigabyte in file size.
Yeah.
Also, remember to get your Model News t-shirts. The special edition pink ones are going to be in. Of course, they're the only shirts that we have right now, considering the fact that, thanks to you guys, we have sold out of all the standard ones.
All the Model News shirts.
We have made so far quite a bit of money for breast cancer charity, and JJ will be donating that for us since he is our financial keeper, because apparently the guys don't trust me with money. Joe.
What? What?
Well, I mean, if you were sitting right next to me, I'd be looking at you in a very pissed off way, but I
How
can't.
dare you?
I can't, though. I can't. I'm never pissed off at you. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
I can never get pissed off at you. I can never get pissed off at him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's difficult, but if you're still watching this, you are a motherfucking trooper, and you have my drugged up affection right now. Not a weird affection, more like a handshake.
Yeah.
You deserve um fuck, I don't know what.
Cookie.
You deserve a paperclip. Well, I couldn't think of anything, and besides, the nearest thing to me is a paperclip that I've have been out and I've been playing with for the last half hour.
You've been breaking a paperclip. Nice.
I'm just not breaking it.
You're bending a paperclip. You're bending the rules.
I've bent the rules since I made the rules. Remember the rule about no fucking cussing on shows?
Yeah.
Well, look at it fucking now. I'm
Yeah,
wiping my
true.
ass with that rule. I actually did once.
Hmm.
He Joe's like, oh fuck, what are we doing? I already know that sound.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should begin to wrap this up seriously.
Yep.
So definitely, I hope you guys love this one. Definitely, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've gone full fucking macaroni and cheese and fucking potato.
Yeah.
Thank you for the term, Mitch, who also is in there with Gene Shalit.
Yep.
But also Sarah Underwood in a
No.
pizza rat costume. Check it out, it's awesome. Pizza rat costume. So anyways, for goddamn, I gotta do the voice. For Model News Coast to Coast AM, I'm Kevin Rollins.
All right.
Well, what are you gonna say to end this? I'm Joe.
I don't know.
Man, we really need to get more professional about this. All right, we got some issues to work out here. No, I'm kidding. So definitely another K Cup of Joe in the books, and our second one that we've actually done that's actually really current and up to date. Go check out all the Kevin shows that I've produced so far. They're definitely a lot of fun. The one with Tyler is long, but it's also fun. And yeah, also remember the 24-hour live stream, December 19th through 20th, starting at 3 p.m. Standard Eastern Standard Pacific Time. Is that a time zone? Eastern
No, it's just
Standard.
Eastern Standard or Pacific Standard.
Is there Eastern Pacific Time?
Maybe. I don't know.
I would think that there would be
I
in
don't think there
Hawaii.
is, but there could be.
I think there would be in Hawaii. Cause like
No, that's like Pacific or something. No, that's Aleutian. Hawaii Aleutian time zone.
I used to think that was Eastern Pacific Time. Or no, it's
Eastern Pacific? Wow.
very specific. I used to think I was in the Central Time Zone a lot back in the day, which I was.
Center, like Eastern, there's Central, there's what, Rocky Mountain, there's Western, Pacific. Then there's Hawaiian Aleutian, so.
I used to think it was Pacific Time.
Specific time zone. Very specific.
Thank you, California. It's the Pacific Time Zone.
Dang you, California and the Priuses.
Damn it, would you say damn it already? Next time I swear to
Eventually.
God I'm gonna get this guy to say fuck. Alright, so for time number 4, I'm Kevin. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I actually really do hope you enjoyed it. Any last words before I undoubtedly try to kill you?
No.
How come I keep saying any last words like I am gonna kill somebody?
Who knows?
Okay, well, anyways, let's wrap this up. I'm Kevin. This is Joe. We'll see you next week, and I'll see you on the next Kevin show. The Sunday K-Cap and Joe was recorded in front of no studio audiences.
And to prove that, there's no laughing.
That was I was supposed to end it with that, and then yeah. Well, Fuck. I guess we go for another hour. It's a very specific world. Like Eastern Specific time.
Huh.
Potato. Alright. Have a great week, guys. See you on the next camera
Alright.
show. And I guess I do the
Yeah.
standard thing. Peace. That's it?
Well, that was interesting.
Oh, fuck. It's still recording. Alright, guys. See ya.